if you will read the OVs 34 to 37.
कुंचकेशी श्मश्रु प्रमाण द्वयरत्नी दीर्घजाण ऋग्वेद असे रूप धारण मूर्ती ध्यावी येणे परी आता भेद सांगेन ऐका प्रथम चर्चा श्रावका द्वितीय चर्चा श्रवणीया ऐका जटा शपट दोन्ही शाखा पाठक्रम शाखा दोन्ही सातवा दंड म्हणोनी भेद सप्त निर्गुणी पाच भेद आणिक असती अश्वलायनी शांखायनी शाकला बाष्कला दोन्ही पाचवी मंडुका म्हणोनी असे भेद द्वादश.
Super, very nice. So the Guru is talking about the various ways in which people can read the mantras. Okay. For that, we have picked one mantra which appears both in Rig Veda and in Yajur Veda. It appears with a little bit of difference. It is from the Oshadi Sukta. The sun, we know, provides sunlight, and that gives chlorophyll, and therefore green, and things grow and all that. The moon also does something very special. The plants, they consider the moon deity to be their king. And the Oshadis, the medicinal herbs, they say that while we get photosynthesis from the sun, the power to nourish people, the power to cure people actually comes from the reflected sunlight that comes from the moon. Got it? So the mantra is Oshadaya Sambadante Somena Saharagnya. In Rig Veda, it is Yasmai Kronoti. In Yajur Veda, it is Yasmai Karoti Brahmanastagam Rajan Parayamasi. Okay. And there are some unique things. Like if you are reading Ramayana, okay, and everybody knows Guha, right? Where does Guha live? Okay. He lives in Shringaverapura. Okay. So if you say Shringaverapura or Shringiverapura, then you are reading the northern recension of Ramayana. If you are reading the southern recension, they will say Shringiberapura. It is a slight difference. Similarly, if you listen to somebody who is a Yajurvedi, then you see that Chandrabindu with a halanta, Brahmanastagam, in that there is one Chandrabindu. You know Chandrabindu? That semicircle with a dot, and halanta is that line. Okay. So Chandrabindu halanta, the Rigvedis will pronounce as GM, Gum, Brahmanastagum, Rajan, okay, Tagum. आपका गुरु चरित्र में भी आता है. And when I was hearing Avinash ji say it, I said, yeah, Yajurvedis will read it as Gum. Please read that Chandrabindu Halanta as GM, Gum. Okay. And if the Rigvedis read it, they will read it as Oh, ga nahi aayega. So that itself you will know, okay, he is saying it in the Rig Veda tradition versus the Yajur Veda tradition, because it is one Veda. So some of the mantras will get repeated across the four. Okay. The way they learn is Oshadaya Sambadante Somena Saharagnya. Then there is Kramapata, that they take two at a time. Oshadaya Sambadante Vadante Somena Saharagnya. Yasmai Kronoti Brahmanah Brahmanastagam Tagam Rajan Parayamasi. That is called Kramapatha. आपका गुरु चरित्र में आया हुआ है Kramapatha. Okay, that is how they start learning. So you never miss what is the next word. And they do this for all the mantras. And that is just the step before any Vikruti Paat. After that, there is Jata Paatha. After that, there is Mala, there is Shikha, Lekha, Dwaja, Danda, Ratha, Ganaha. The Ratha Paatha in Guru Charitra, he is calling it Shakata Paatha. It is fine. Because even in Rathapatam, they mimic the movement of the wheels of the chariot, and therefore Shakata works. Okay. There are a couple of things in this. The first thing is, you not only have to learn the mantras, you have to learn all the various combinations. Like I just said, the combination which is first and second, but you can do all kinds of combinations. And one of those combinations is called Mala Phata. Okay. If you look at Mala Phata, Oshadaya Sam is there, no? You have to start from that end, and the mantra ends with Saharagnya. So it goes like this: Oshadaya Sam, Ragni Tiragnya. Then next is Sambadante, Ragnya Saha. You're coming back from one end, you're going forward from another end. Okay. Vadante Somena, Saha Somena, Somena Saha, Somena Vadante. It is going from one end back and from one end forward. It is like creating a beautiful mala. You make this mala out of this mantra, you will know the mantra forwards and back. And then you take that mantra as a mala, and if your favorite deity is Sita Rama, then you put that mala on Sita Rama. If your favorite deity is Durga Mata, you put that on Durga. Whoever is your favorite deity, you do the mala patha, and then you take that mantra mala and place it on your deity. And this is just after Kraman, Jata, Mala. Then there is Shikha, there is Lekha, there is right up to Ghana party. Ghana is like doing a PhD in that Shakha of the Vedas. If you do that, your last name and your family's last name changes. You are called Ghana parties. Just like some yajnas are amazing. If you do Vajapaya yajna, you and 7 generations of your family will be called Vajapaya Yajis. Famous last name, Vajapayi, Vajapayi. Because Vajapaya yajna they have done. Somebody in their family has done Vajapaya yajna. If somebody has done Soma Yajna, another huge yajna, then they will be called Somayajis. If Somayaji or Vajapaya Yaji come, we do Namaskaram immediately. No thinking whether it is elder person, younger person, kuch sochne ka zarurat nahi hai. That much respect we have for people who have studied the Vedas. Because they have devoted their entire life. Ye to main ek hi mantra bol. There are so many such mantras. And that makes one sukta. And there are so many such suktas. And these people give up everything. They finish the Rupanayana, and from then onwards, morning to night, 4 baje uth jao, sham tak yahi kaam hai. Learning just so that the Vedas can be preserved for future. Aisa hai. I told you because I am Krishna Yajurvedi, I told you, Oshadaya Sampadante, Somena Saharagnya, Yasmai Karoti, Brahmanastagam Rajan Parayamasi. That is how we chant, okay? The same Oshadi Sukta is chanted in Rig Veda differently. It's the same mantra, except for Kranoti. Karoti becomes Kranoti. Otherwise, it is the same mantra. Just listen to how they chant.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Oshadhayas Samvadante Somena Saharagnya Yasmai Krodoti Brahmanastam Rajan Parayamasi Harihi Om.
And that is the Samhita Patam he has done. After that, there is Krama, then Jata, then Mala, then it has to go that way. Shikha means you take 3 of the words and you braid them together. Ladies would braid their hair, Shikha. They will take 3, they'll split their hair into 3 and then they will braid it. That kind of pata is called Shikha Pata. So when I was reading, when Avinashji was reading and I was hearing, I was thinking, Guru is saying 12 patas and he is saying Bashkala, Sakala also.